Before we begin this episode, we just want to make a disclaimer. We are not experts and we're just speaking off of personal experiences. If you are ever in need of a listening ear, of course, we are here. But if you feel that the help needs to be deeper, please don't be afraid to seek medical help or just seek someone who can give more of an advice than we will be able to. So, on that note, my name is AK and I'm your host.
And I'm King, your co-host.
And welcome back to another episode of Parenthood Unscripted. Today's topic is entitled The Invisible Load of Parenthood. We're going to touch on a few things such as navigating overwhelm, anxiety. We're going to talk about guilt, whether that be mom guilt, dad guilt, parent guilt. And we will be also talking about how to find joy even through hard seasons. With that said, let's get into the first segment where we'll be talking about navigating anxiety, overwhelm, and just feeling burnt out. My first question for you today is, when do you feel the most overwhelmed as a parent?
I feel like for me, for example, when the kids are doing too much in one day, then I get a little bit
Mm-hmm.
overwhelmed. Like if they're just like causing issues and just running around, causing problems, I
Yeah.
get overwhelmed easily. And if they're not like listening to what I'm saying, then yeah, of course I'll get overwhelmed from that.
Yeah. I feel like for me, as much as the kids might overwhelm me, like my overwhelm kind of also comes from like external factors too. Like
True.
if, for example, the kids are already, they're being kids. Kids will always be kids. Our kids, they're 3 and 1, right? So obviously your kids are gonna do what normal kids do. But the second that like external factors come into the picture and like are also adding to that overwhelming feeling, that is when I'm just done. Like the overstimulation just blows me away and that's it for me. Like it can even be you. Like sometimes he comes home from work and of course I'm always here for like a listening ear, and no matter what I want him to communicate with me because mental health matters. But sometimes I'm already burnt out from my whole day with those kids. And then he'll come home and he'll just like add to it with the overstimulation, just being goofy and just, he's a playful person.
Facts.
If you know him in real life, you'll know he don't ever take nothing serious.
I should though,
So I
but it's
would
okay.
say that's where my feeling of overwhelm comes in as a parent.
Mm.
Um, I guess with that said, what kind of day pushes you to your limit? Like,
What kind of day?
yeah, like explain a day, maybe a day in the past that has already happened, or just an idea of a day that would absolutely drive you over the edge.
Okay, like if I had like a bad day at work
Mm-hmm.
and then I come home and then just more like stuff going on at the
Be
house.
specific though. Like, okay, not with work, but like you had a bad day at work, you come home, and then what? Like, what pushes you to that breaking point?
I'll come home. Oh, wash dishes. Oh, take out the trash.
Okay.
Oh, bathe the kids.
Okay.
Like I'm already having a bad day, then I have to come home and do like I know it's a parent thing, but
Yeah.
it's like you just want to like come home and like just like take a load off, just chill because you had a rough day. But you also that happens.
But
That
exactly, I
happens.
was just about to
There's
say,
days like that happens to me where I come home from work where I had a bad day, and then um, either you or the kids, maybe the kids will be doing so much stuff, playing around in the toilet, or they'll be like opening the fridge, or they'll be like nagging, asking for like a show that they want to watch or something like that. And then that just like gets me to that point where like, oh my God. And I just start to like,
Yeah.
you
Like you
know,
just, it's downhill
yeah,
from there.
downhill from there, to be honest.
Well, I guess for me, the day that pushes me to my limit, because obviously, as a homemaker, remember, being a stay at home parent is a job. So, my job title right now is a homemaker. I take care of the house, take care of the kids, right? A day for me that will push me to the edge is I am doing what I can do to maintain the look of the home during the day, cleaning up after the kids when they play with their toys, cooking them meals, getting everything together. And then as soon as daddy comes home, the kids stop listening to me. All of a sudden, they forget who was with them all day, doing everything they could do to take care of the home. And all of a sudden, what mommy's saying means nothing, especially our daughter, but our son too. And he's just one. So oh my goodness, those days I literally crash out. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I crash out. Whether that may mean all of a sudden like yelling, or maybe that might mean like me breaking down and crying, or maybe that may mean like me ranting. But yeah, a day for me where I will lose my brain is a day where I spent the day doing everything I could do. And as soon as daddy gets home, everything mommy did just goes in one ear and out the other, and nothing she says even matters anymore. So, Percy, that's just my feeling. But with that also said, what is your personal sign that you're done? Like you're burnt out for the day? For example, what sign can I look out for from you that shows me that, okay, he is done? Like, let me step back and just let him feel what he's feeling.
To be honest, like I would say like when I get to that point where like I start yelling,
Mm-hmm.
maybe then that's one like sign you can say.
Okay.
Because because I rarely yell.
Yeah,
But
you're
if I get to
calm.
that point, then it's like,
Okay.
okay, yeah, like,
Let's back up
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. But most times I don't get to that point. But there'll be days where I'll get to that point.
Okay. For me, my personal sign that I'm burnt out, I would say, is when I get quiet.
Mm.
Like, I could go from talking and laughing and everything, and then all of a sudden, like, you don't hear me anymore. You just see me, and I'm just sitting
Oh
there.
yeah. Well, that's same with me too. I'm just chilling on my phone, just not
Right.
even talking to no one. And then everyone
And just
asks,
like there's chaos going on in the back, and I'm
yeah,
just sitting there and just like not
like you
responding to it.
you just zoned out to whatever's going
Yeah,
on.
that is my
Yeah, yeah,
sign that,
yeah.
like, yeah, she needs time, she needs space. And I would say that, if you have a two-parent home like we do, when you see your partner going through something like that, it's nice when you can just say to your partner, okay, babe, like, go upstairs, get a few minutes to like bring yourself back together, and then meet me back down here. Or you want to go get fresh air, go get fresh air. It's certain things like that where I would encourage that if you have a village around you, or you're not like at home alone with your child, don't feel don't feel afraid to ask for that help. Don't be ashamed to say, I need a second to bring myself back together and get that help if it's there. Of course, again, I understand all the situations out there. There's some people out there who don't have that help, but if you do, please, please, please don't feel afraid to ask for help. That leads us to the next segment, which is guilt. Mom guilt, dad guilt, parent guilt, it all falls under one topic, which is guilt. So my first question is, what do you feel guilty about most as a parent? That can be just in general, like in life, or maybe like right now. What do you feel the most guilt about as a parent?
Guilt right now, I would say like I'm providing, but I feel like I'm not providing enough.
Hmm.
Not money wise. Like provide like support to the kid, to
Mm.
you, more support.
Hmm.
Like I already give you guys the support, but I'm saying like
You feel like you could
I
do
feel like I
more.
could do a little bit more. You
Hmm.
know, like more. Um, well, it's winter now, so you can't really go outside. Like you
No,
can
you
do stuff
can, but
outside, but
yeah.
it's like there's rare. It's not like the summer where you can go out like every day and do
Right.
an activity with your kids.
Right.
You
Which is
know?
why it's like more in the winter is a little bit more depressing
Yeah, yeah, depressing in the
because
winter because there's nothing really to
we
do.
live in Canada. So obviously, winter means long months of cold, snow, and just feeling stuck in the house.
Hmm.
But I can understand that because I kind of feel the same way as a parent. I feel like I wish I could be doing more to provide for our kids and to just allow them to learn more every day and grow their knowledge that they already have. I feel like that's where, as a mom, I need more work because, for example, we have our own home, and I feel like there's so many things I could be doing with them throughout the day that could kind of guide their learning. However, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It is very hard sometimes when you are a parent of two littles that are very close in age. I'm not trying to make excuses, but I do feel like when you have your children back to back and you are by yourself at home with them, there's more that comes into question with like how you teach them and what you can do with them. For example, I would love to get up every day and bring our kids to like a learning center or do something like that with them. However, it doesn't really work like that all the time for us, for our situation, because one, we have one vehicle which he drives to work. He has to go to work to provide for us, and there's not many places that are within walking distance that I can go to. Furthermore, I truthfully don't feel like walking with my two kids is the smartest idea just because I know my children are very active. My children, I could have like those hand, like, those hand leashes, whatever. I could have that with those kids. My daughter knows how to take it off. Next thing, she takes it off while we're walking, and boom, something happens. So for that, I choose to like stay home. And then now, of course, I could do things with them at home, but sometimes the activities that maybe that I would try to do with the both of them, it becomes like a little bit chaotic. And so one day I'll do it with them, but the next day I'll be standing away from trying to do it with them again, just because sometimes the chaos can drive me to feeling overstimulated. So I feel like as a mom, that is what I feel guilty about. Um, like in my current season right now, I would say that's one of the biggest things I feel guilty about. Like providing providing better learning experiences for our kids.
Hmm.
With that said, is that feeling of guilt more about what you do as a parent or what you don't do?
I would say the more I don't the stuff that I don't do.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
it's not really what I do.
right.
It's the stuff that I don't do. Like
Yeah, because,
that's why I feel that guilt of not doing enough.
right.
Because if I did enough, I wouldn't feel that guilt. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So yeah, like it's stuff that I don't do. Like as I said, I don't do activities with these guys every single day.
Yeah, like extracurricular
Yeah,
programs.
extra, like go like do swimming, or like,
Right.
and
Things cost money, and
things do cost money, and the more money you make, the more issues, right? So yeah, like if I did more of those stuff, I wouldn't feel the guilt that I'm feeling right now, that I don't do enough, even though I do certain things for them. Like, when I'm not working, some
yeah.
days she doesn't feel like making them breakfast, I'll make them breakfast.
Right.
Or she doesn't feel like cooking, I'll cook dinner.
Yeah.
It's, or like, she doesn't want to bathe, she doesn't feel like bathing them, I'll bathe them, because we're a team, and that's how it's supposed to be in every like marriage, basically. Like, it's both play a role, not only
Exactly.
one person, both play a role. And to be honest, if maybe not if, but possibly, in the summer, more activities could be going on, and
For
more
sure.
like stuff that we can do with the kids,
Just
and
getting outside,
getting
even like
outside,
they can
especially.
go play in the backyard. Like
Yeah,
there's so many more. I feel like the summer is just so many more things that you can do. Even
compared to
there's
the winter.
public places
Yeah,
that you can just go to a splash pad for free. You
yeah,
don't have to pay money to go swim in a swimming pool, you know?
yeah.
Those are luxuries of life that not everybody's able to have and afford. So, like, for sure, I can understand that. Right now, this is just one of the harder seasons to navigate as a parent, but there's always a better day that's going to come.
Hmm.
One more guilty feeling, I guess I would say, is the guilty feeling of needing or taking help. For example, right now, we don't have our children with us. They're currently staying at my parents' house. They've been there for the past 3 days and just spending some intimate time with their grandparents. And this week has been like very up and down for me because, as I said, I am home with them every single day,
Hmm.
back to back. Yes, he goes to work. So usually when you come home, your routine in the evening is what I guess would make you feel like now since they're not here, you're missing out on. So maybe in the evening part, I don't know, you can explain for yourself, but I feel like for me, I'm feeling this guilty feeling of taking the help and taking the break throughout the whole day versus you who might just feel it in like
Yeah,
the night aspect
like I feel
because
it in the evenings, especially since, like, like, I have a routine at night, right? I
yeah,
have a routine, so
yeah,
usually I do my thing, and then I always get them ready for bed.
yeah.
Get them their pajamas on. Play Blippy, or they'll play whatever on the Google, right? And
Yeah,
yeah, it feels weird, like, not just like feeling weird, just hopping into bed and not doing anything.
yeah.
Like, it just
And that's
it's just weird. Like, last night, for example, I would say we just went upstairs and we just like went on the bed. Like, we didn't even like have to like do a
say,
routine.
oh, lay
Yeah,
down,
yeah, yeah.
or
We didn't.
like covering them up, tucking them
Yeah,
into bed.
we didn't have to like do that, and that's it was kind of weird for me. For example, like, usually when I come home, they're like coming to the door,
Yeah, and
running.
checking for you.
Yeah, and then, like, even when I'm going to work, when I wake up in the morning, sometimes one of them will try to wake up,
Yeah.
and it's like this morning I woke up and I'm like,
There was none
shoot,
of
there's like
that.
I just did my thing, and I'm like, oh my god.
And see, as that was done, it was like, although we're getting a break and a well deserved break, well needed break, we still feel guilty because why?
To
It's
be
like
honest, the reason why is because we haven't
done this
you
before.
haven't done it before. We haven't made, like, for example, your parents, like, make them sleep over. Like, for example, London's is like
Yeah, she
sleeps
has
over,
got a few
but it's
sleepovers.
just different because Lamari has never done
Yeah.
sleepovers before. Like, he did when he was like, what, one
No,
one
no
day one day
sleepover.
he was like, it was one day, not one.
Oh. He stayed
He
with,
stayed.
like, he has even days, like we've left them for like a whole day.
Yeah.
But we always pick them back up.
Yeah, we always pick
That's
them
the
up
thing.
before nighttime.
This was the first time that they were away from us for continuous days. And then because it's the first time, I also had to just let them be there and not even like call and see them on the phone, because I know that if I were to call, it would create like the children would basically cry because they're seeing me on the phone, but they can't get to me, especially Lamari, because he's our baby. Like, he's newer as a baby than our daughter. She thinks she's a grown woman. So honestly, if I called, she probably would talk to me on the phone for a little bit, and then that would be it.
Yeah.
But if we were to call him,
that's our son is just a mommy's boy. That's it. That's all. That's it.
He is a mommy's boy, but that's how sons are with their moms and daughters with their fathers. But for the most part, it was definitely, I've had a very rough week, because as much as we took this break, that was again well needed, because outside of being parents, we are husband and wife, and we need to focus on making our relationship strong so that we can be strong for them.
Connection. Well-deserved connection
Yeah.
for the past few days, because I just got to spend the quality time with my wife here, and having quality time with your spouse is very much important.
It doesn't matter how long you've been together. Doesn't matter how long you've been married.
If you've been married for 40 years, you gotta
keep dating.
You gotta date your wife. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm married, so I don't have to date my wife." No, that's not how it works.
No,
people get out of feelings.
Yeah,
we're human.
And that's exactly why. That's exactly why we decided that even though our original plans were not going to work how we wanted it to work, we were still going to take this time to focus on our marriage outside of being parents.
Facts.
Because you need to be healthy partners so that you can be healthy parents. On that note, that leads us to our final segment, how we find joy during hard seasons. So my first question is, what does joy look like for you during hard seasons? What makes you happy when you're going through hard seasons in your life?
Just looking at,
for example, not to give you something to say, but for example, I feel like for you, maybe this is not your answer, but I would say for you, your joy in hard seasons comes when you might have had a rough day at work. You come home, the kids are waiting for you at the door and like jumping on you, calling daddy, daddy. Like, they're calling out to you. You feel welcome. You feel like, wow, I am really a dad, and I have somebody who looks forward to me every single day.
Okay, well, yeah.
That's an example.
That is a good example though, because some days when I'm like leaving, like when I'll be coming home from work, and then I just come to the front door, and then I just see these two little roaches just running to me.
Not roaches.
And they're just calling my name, and I'm like, wow, like I'm the dad roach, and I have my two little roaches just coming to me. They're just screaming my name. They're happy. They're screaming. That gives me joy during like days when I'm having issues, or like there'll be days when I'm not gonna lie, I got into this hobby called DJing, and it's amazing. And if I like be like on the, if I'm like DJing or something, and like the kids just start like dancing and stuff like that, it
carries you through.
It makes me happy, like, because it's so like nice to think that, wow, like there's these two little humans that look up to me, and that's why I said in the past conversation that we just had, like the guilt of not doing enough. That's why I feel like I have to do more, because I have these two little humans
that look up to you,
and are like I'm supposed to be there to support them during their issues, you know, because they're gonna grow up, they're gonna have issues, they're gonna have heartbreaks, they're gonna have life problems, and I have to be there to support them, not help them, but support them in certain ways, because that's what a father does, and that's what it gets me to that point where I'm like, okay, yeah, like where I can help, I will help, or if you need support, I'm there, because I I love to know that my kids look up to me, you know? Then that's something very important to know, that your kids look up to you. Like if they look up to you as a role model and they want to be like you one day, is it's good. There's joy just, you know, in certain ways, like as you said, when I come home from work, just two people, two little humans just coming
Waiting for
screaming my
you.
name, and then they ask me to pick them up, and or like when London Lamar would be like, "Oh, up, up, up," like, you
Right,
know,
because
bring me
you
joy, because I'm like my heart feels warm, you know, when when I'm playing with them, or you know, when I'm like throwing the ball, you know, I throw a ball around with these guys, and then they go fetch it, like.
like their dog. Oh gosh.
But yeah, you know,
It's
there's
just activity
a lot
time,
of
right?
activities,
Right.
so yeah.
I would
But
say for me, um, for hard seasons, I would say joy or something that makes me feel joyful or happy during hard seasons is, for example, if I'm having like a rough day and I go and I make a nice meal
mm,
and my kids sit down and they eat their meal and they're asking for seconds, they're
mm,
eating it off fast.
mm,
And even though like I had like a rough day, it's like
that brings you
kids are
joy.
so forgiving.
Yeah, kids don't even know what's going on.
Like I could have had a rough day. I could have like, raised my voice at them a few times and no matter what, I'm providing for them something that still makes them be so thankful as kids because teaching them manners is also important. And every single time when I give them something, they're always like, "Thank you, mommy. Thank you, mommy." And it's just like that gives me happiness because it teaches me that no matter what, no matter if you feel like you're not doing your best, these kids, half of that, they don't even see and understand. So all you just got to do is just keep on
Just keep doing
trying
it.
your best
Just
and
try.
doing your best for
As long
them.
as you're showing up each day for them,
Yep.
that's all that
You
matters.
yep. That's it.
That's
And with that said, um if someone out there is listening to this episode and feeling overwhelmed right now, what advice do you have for them?
I would say, you know, if you have a village around you, get the help, you know, get as much help as you need, you know, because mental health is serious in this day and age, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And some people don't know what you're going through, so if you do have a village, yes, you know, get some help, you know, get help from them, you know. If you have a family member, any friends around you that support you, ask them for some help. And there's days that you might feel overwhelmed where you don't know who to go to. Just pray, talk to God, because
He carries you through those rough
he
days,
carries you
even
through
when,
those rough days some days.
yep, even when you feel like you're all alone,
Yeah,
you have to remember that
just
there's someone out there who is always there with you, and that
yeah,
is him.
just look up to God. And if you don't have a village, you know, pray to God, you know, talk to him, worship, you know, play some music that will like help you like calm down, you
And
know.
and it's okay to feel what you're going
It's
through.
okay to feel.
Emotions are emotions are important. You're not you're not a bad person if one day you feel sad and one day you feel like
Angry.
upset, angry.
Yeah.
No, you're not supposed to be happy every single day without feeling your other emotions. They all work together.
Basically.
So that's my advice as well for you. We're here. If you guys watch this and you know us personally, you can reach out to us. If you don't know us personally, we're here to be a village and make those long lifetime friends. But
we're here to support anyone that needs
no
help.
matter what, make sure that you get that help. If that feeling gets too deep for you to handle, just make sure you get that help.
You need it some days, because sometimes you'll feel overwhelmed, and some days you might not feel overwhelmed, and you might feel like, oh, this is not too bad,
Mm-hmm.
But then if you keep on
going through that
without no help or anything, that causes mental health illnesses and stuff.
Yeah.
It does contribute into, like, you're overwhelmed a lot, and when you're not taking the break, or when you're not getting the help or taking the help,
yeah,
all that emotion and all that stuff goes into your head, and then it messes you up in the long run. So get help, not even like to the police, but they have like,
yeah, there's certain helplines out there. I will try to find some appropriate ones and I'll link them below, because of course this is again a very sensitive topic. So I will try to get actual medical help and include that down below. If not, I'm pretty sure there's some guides out there that can further lead us to that point. But again, thank you guys for listening to the topic. We are now going to move on to our last segment, which is our game. Every episode, we will have a game. And on today's episode, we will be playing overreacting or overwhelmed.
mm-hmm.
I'm going to name a few scenarios, and with each scenario, we're going to write on our boards whether this is a scenario where you're just overreacting as a parent, or if it's a scenario where you're truly feeling overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
So, first scenario, you're feeling annoyed when your kid says your name 47 times in 2 minutes. Are you overreacting or are you feeling overwhelmed? Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I said overwhelmed. He says overreacting. Okay. Well, that's your opinion, right?
Okay, I would say reason why I would say is overreacting is because, let's just say they only called your name 47 times in 2 minutes and not for the whole day. You're just overreacting. Let's say they were calling your name for the whole day. Now, just keep on going, and then you'll get overwhelmed.
Okay.
That's what I think.
I get that. Personally, I said overwhelmed because when you're the only parent home and your kid is just calling your name back to back to back, it could feel so overwhelming because you have no other help.
I guess.
But that is why I said that. So, anyways, next. You're hiding in the bathroom for a long time. Are you overreacting or are you overwhelmed? Ready? Overreacting. He says overwhelmed. I say overreacting.
I would not listen. It's overwhelmed because
what?
You're overwhelmed maybe because of whatever happened during the day, and you just need some alone time. So
okay, but here's why I say overreacting, because see now, as a parent who's home with them every day, all day, I cannot hide in the washroom for a long time when I'm home by myself with the kids.
I guess.
So I would say you're overreacting, because why do you feel that you need to hide in the washroom when, like, for example, like you might hide in the washroom for a long time when I was home with them all day and I'm not hiding in the washroom from them. That is why I just say that. But To each their own. It's fine. That's how you feel. That's how you feel.
Yeah.
Next scenario, being touched out by the end of the day. Are you overreacting or overwhelmed?
Ready?
No. Are we like switching roles? Well, I said
It's overwhelmed.
overreacting.
What do you mean? The whole day?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So you're overwhelmed because of the day. I wouldn't say you're overreacting.
I guess. I guess. I
It's facts.
guess.
The whole day.
Yeah, they're touching you all day. And then by the evening, your partner comes home ready to touch you again. And you're just like, get off of me.
Yeah, overwhelmed.
Any other day from today I would have said overwhelmed, but I was trying to write the same thing as him, and he actually said what I would have said. Feeling bad for enjoying time away from your kids. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Now we're on the same page. Yeah, you're definitely overreacting because, as we've been saying, it's very important to get help and it's very important to take help. So if you finally get that help and all of a sudden you're feeling bad for taking that help, yeah, I would say you're just overreacting at that point because you wanted the help and that's why you asked. Letting the kids have extra screen time so you can breathe. Ready? I say overreacting.
No.
Because there's other things that you can do with the kids to calm down that feeling than giving them the screen. So if you feel like you have to turn to giving the kids screen time, then I just feel like you're overreacting. Why do you say overwhelmed?
I would say just because, like, in case, like, just in case they've been, like, annoying you and just getting you to that point, I would say, like,
Just give them the screen.
just give them the screen so you can, like, just have a minute for yourself.
Okay.
You know?
I guess I could see both sides, but I feel like it depends on the situation. It calls for a different reaction. Next one is bursting out at your child and then replaying it in your brain all night, like snapping at them and then replaying it. Ready? Yeah. I say overreacting because listen, when kids go to sleep at night, they forget most of the stuff that happened the next day.
That's it.
So don't
all
beat yourself
all you have
up.
to do is just go to bed, wake
Yeah.
up, clear mind.
And have a new day. Don't dwell on the things of yesterday because each day you can begin with like a fresh start. One more, and it will be feeling personally attacked when your toddler prefers the other parent. Ready? Overreacting. Yes, I say that as well because your child has two parents for a reason. There's no reason that you should feel like less of a parent just because one day they want the other parent over you. It's definitely sometimes a feeling that can come with both emotions, both feeling overwhelmed and overreacting.
No.
But yeah, I feel like it depends on the day. It definitely depends on the day.
No.
But that's how I feel.
No.
My opinion.
No.
My opinion.
I wouldn't say that because, to be honest, why are you being overwhelmed that your kid wants the
As I
other
said
parent?
earlier in the episode, there's certain days where you're with your kid all day doing everything you can do for them to be an amazing parent. And then the next parent comes home, i.e., you come home from work, and all of a sudden they don't want you anymore. You feel overwhelmed because I've been dealing with you all day.
They're just excited to see their father.
No, and that's why I said it's a feeling that has both. You can feel overwhelmed, but I also feel like you're overreacting because, as you just said, they did not see their father all day, so they're excited. So that is why I would say
it. And it's like same. I feel the opposite. If you went to work all day and I was at home all day, and they saw you, and they were with me all day, they would be happy to see you because they haven't seen you all day.
Exactly. With that said, parenting is heavy. And sometimes the heaviest parts of parenthood are the parts that nobody ever sees. So the most important thing to do is to keep showing up. Even when we feel overwhelmed, guilty, or tired, remember that the invisible load is very real, but also so is love. And sometimes we carry both. So we thank you guys again for tuning in to another episode with AK
and King.
And we thank you guys for just being so supportive. Please, please, please do not forget to like,
comment,
and subscribe to our channel so that you guys never miss another drop. And
also, you guys got to turn on the notifications.
Yeah, turn on the bell so you
turn on the bell
don't miss the
so we
drops.
don't miss the drop. When we drop, you be like, "Ooh, the AK fam,
the AK fam is back.
Is back." You know.
And we thank you guys again.
Yeah, thank you guys, and hope you guys have a wonderful and great day and week. And we'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
We're out.